Wednesday, July 9th. Today on the show we have a new Soapbox Derby for you, and we have a new Andrew WK Puppet Music Hall video for you, and we're going to get right to the news. First in the news is...
for you, everything for you, baby.
Jalapenos. Raw jalapenos have been added to the list of fruits that might contain salmonella.
Nice. I love salmonella.
Yes, and Liam's going to tell us how you might know if you yourself have salmonella.
If you feel like, oh God, I might have salmonella, go to a doctor, you might have salmonella.
Or if you've also consumed raw jalapenos or tomatoes, you might also want to get yourself checked out. In other news, Iran test-fired missiles today. I don't know how that's going to look for us in the future.
I think that they're kind of mad about what John McCain said about, how, because they have this trade agreement where they sell the Iranian cigarettes. He was like, well, that'll be a good way to kill them, So I think they're kind of pissed. So they're like, oh, you know what? Why don't we fire the missiles? Just show them that we have them. Just to say, like, yeah, we're just testing it, just doing it.
Just show them that we're not fucking around here. In other news, oil plunges for the second time in 2 days. So that's 2 for 2 in 2 days. So that's a good thing. On top, we can forget about Iran firing missiles because oil is going lower, people, and that's good. And in other news, 7 peacekeepers were killed in Darfur, Sudan today by an ambush, apparently. It was an ambush. They were killed in an ambush, which is terrible.
We don't do anything in Darfur.
Yeah, well, people are getting ambushed while trying to keep the peace, man. And also, right here in New York, in the Bronx Zoo, cable cars were stuck on the cable wire. And if you've ever been in the Bronx Zoo...
It's the best view from the cable car,
yeah,
so, they had the best view all night long, all day. It was awesome.
Dozens of people were rescued by firemen with the big cherry picker, and I've always dreamed of being on one of those, but not necessarily stuck in a Bronx Zoo cable car.
Couldn't they have just had like the monkeys or some kind of strong man like pulled the wire back to the...
Yeah, well...
Or Spider-Man? Can't Spider-Man do that? Where's Spider-Man?
Bronx Zoo animal trainers get on that, because who knows when the next cable car breakdown might be. So, and in other news, Abu Dhabi now owns 75% of the Chrysler Building, and we did have somewhat of a model of the Chrysler Building.
I was trying to build the executive Chrysler Building, but I missed the top piece, so I put a match in there. Yeah, anyway, it's harder than it looks, so good luck, Abu Dhabi.
It comes in millions of pieces, Abu Dhabi.
75% of that was hard to put together.
Yeah, we didn't even... I think this is about 25, so you own the rest, Abu Dhabi.
You can have the rest of that, but I'm keeping this part because this is my little house right here, at the top.
That's where Liam lives, right there. And in other news, Jesse Jackson apologizes to Obama for his comments, and Liam is going to tell us about this story.
Obama was saying, all the black men have to be good fathers, and then Jesse Jackson was like, oh, that's racist. You're being a racist. Blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, so then he had to retract, all this, negative things he said about Obama. He's like, oh, I don't want to hurt Obama's career. We all love Obama. Sometimes we're rough on him because he's not that black, but it's, it's all good. We're good.
And that wraps up the news today.